dear viewers, and welcome to Lumen this day. We come again on this beautiful Tuesday to bring to you some of the stories that are making trends, and they indeed need to be spoken about, and see what we can make out of them. My name is Sidney Mwamainda, and joining me is no other than Vincent Perry. Vincent, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Sydney, and welcome, viewers. Of course, we need your comment, viewers, and your participation in this program.
Indeed, yes, as Vincent says, to make your comments known on the stories that we have today. Yesterday, we saw President Hakainde Hichilema swearing in a new local government and development rural development minister. That is one of the stories we'll be looking at. Again, within the church, we see Caritas Zambia coming in handy for the people of Mapatizia, but also a sad story of the harvest that is at stake in Lukulu, where reports have reached us that locusts have invaded the fields, about 30 hectares. Those and more stories are some of them that we are looking at. Vincent, let us, dear viewers, together take a look at this speech by President Hakainde Hichilema at State House as so in a new local government and rural development minister.
With a Bible in hand, Gift Sialubalo has taken his oath of secrecy and allegiance, vowing loyalty to the president and unwavering service to the people. President Hakainde Hichilema has tasked the new local government and to strengthen interministerial collaboration to accelerate grassroots development. The president also spoke about the growth of the gross domestic product, GDP, last year, despite the effects of the drought on the economy.
In a difficult year, the worst drought in living memory, we have still delivered growth of 4% in GDP. The figures are out now. Numbers don't lie. Because of the ingenuity, many things we did, including bringing in energy to allow the mines to increase production from around 700,000, they're about 820,000 metric tons. Amidst a drought. If we hadn't reformed the energy sector, we would have never done it.
President Hichilema said his government has set clear targets, such as ensuring that no child in school sits on the floor. He said those responsible for producing desks must prioritize local skills to drive local economic empowerment.
People doing contracts for CDF are still coming from Lusaka and the Copperbelt. Yet the guideline was that the money must stay in the constituency so that we create a local economy there. Simple. Honestly, we can't say there are no bricklayers in Shangom. But there are private homes which have been built by people in Shangom who are bricklayers. How come a classroom contract is given to people in Lusaka and Copperbelt? Enforce that. The money must stay in the constituency. No skill in the constituency, capacity in the district. There's no skill in the district, in the province, at least the money circulates. Rarely only should we have contractors coming from it. Because if we don't do that, Minister, it defeats the whole objective of increasing the CDF so that the money creates local economies.
And with the rainy season winding down in some districts, the president directed the ministry to start the grading of feeder roads next month to improve accessibility.
Money for fuel to grade the roads, it is there. So now I want to hear an excuse why the roads are not graded. I'm not waiting for an excuse. I'm asking it in the local areas. Capacity is there. This is how this government works. It plans. We plan, we visualize, we plan. Now it's implementation. There will be no excuse why feeder roads are not being done. And we don't want to see 1 kilometer costing 17,000, 170,000. I've heard what's been going on. I follow.
Reiterating his development agenda, President Girema said there's urgent need to provide clean water.
It will be your daily bread to make sure that a borehole is sunk at the right price. Number one. Two, it must be of good quality. Casing from top to bottom. You're not a technician, but you should know that technicians must be able to ensure that those standards of quality are met. That's what it is to be a leader, to supervise. Sometimes I wonder, Zambians, if you elect presidents and you don't care whether they have supervisory capabilities, I don't know how you expect the country's economy to develop. I have no idea.
President Girema also urged public officials to uphold the oath of secrecy as leadership demands self-discipline and a deep sense of responsibility. And shortly after being sworn in, Mr. Sialubalo assured journalists that his top priority would be ensuring the effective utilization of the Constituency Development Fund, CDF.
It's very important that at least we put our eye on those resources for the betterment of society. These resources, colleagues, are not really coming out the way they're supposed to come out in terms of publicity to know exactly what is happening. So it's very important that we drive in the extent of trying to give resources trickle down to the lowest organ of society. So it's very important that you colleagues in the media houses, you help us in trying to come up with the information dissemination. It's not only
Dear viewers, the President there swearing in Mr. Honorable Gift Siarubalo, Member of Parliament for Sinazongwe, now local government and rural development minister. The President had a lot to talk.
President talked about a lot of things there. Not really related to the appointment itself, but quite a lot of things also to say. Yeah.
Yes, GDP, gross domestic product. The growth of the GDP actually entails in a way that the economy is health grows. Yes.
Yeah.
It means the economy is healthy in terms of economic. It is performing well, but then or people's issue has always been, we've heard of economies growing through GDP. Yeah, these are numbers, they are figures, and the President is passionate about figures, he has always said. But the biggest cry for the people is that this growth should always trickle down to the people.
Yeah.
If it remains in numbers, it doesn't help. Yeah. So that is just one point about GDP. If it grows, let the people see the benefits. Because when you go on the street today, you hear people are complaining, people are suffering.
Yeah.
We were just witnessing the March announcement of the basic needs and nutrition basket by JCTR. We had your 5, about 11,000 for a family of 5. That is expensive, and the average is about 8p. Imagine in this economy, and what is your salary? What is the people's salary? We are told salaries have remained stagnant for a long time. So this is the cry of the people. But suffice to say that some of the things that the President spoke about were good. We've always questioned here the issue of CDF. There's a lot of money. What is this money doing? And the President was questioning, when you go into the cities, they are dirty. Why are we not picking this garbage? Why are we not even coming up with initiatives of turning this garbage into energy? Things like that, you see. He talks about also boreholes. Boreholes that you are drilling. I also drill boreholes in some of my farms at a lesser cost than government does. Why should it be like that? He talked about grading the roads. We've always talked about this. We need to grade roads in our towns, for example, in our compounds here in Lusaka. We've had floods in some areas. Why don't we put drainages with this money? So he says the new minister has a mammoth task to supervise, to step out of his office, to go and see these things. I think because money, we are told, is there. You see, and the president says this time there's no excuse. Area, there was a year of graders. He said we bought graders. I asked what is happening. He was told we put budget. So I want to see graders there. But towards the end again, what we didn't pick from that clip that we showed, he said something interesting. Yeah, for me, he said the times of PR in terms of talking good, whatever, is gone. People need to see what we are doing. You see, it of course, words that have been crafted in a way by President Hakainde Hichilema, but these are same words that we've heard on top of our bomb. And for sure, the point we made, action speaks louder than words. So if you perform, then people will always see, and you will have nothing to defend, nothing to justify. People will just say, this is what has been done, and it has been done. Period. So we hope that things can begin to move. Of course, one thing that listening to that speech where I was saying, President, in fact, he said that a lot of has been telling me this story. Quickly take an action to justify himself. Is this also doing PR? Yeah, he's saying, no, I'm not part of these medias. I've been telling them this. So I think he said he's in the fast mode. He needed to be more fast, I think, because people have different views. So I hope that we can see something. Hope again it's not too late.
Yeah, I think we can also hope that the minister appointed will deliver the goods, because at the end of the day, look, I think he has been talking about these things and nothing really is happening. So I think we can only hope that he will deliver the goods according to what the president is emphasizing, even in his report.
And from day one, President Hakainde said, time for dancing is finished. It's work. Yesterday, he was saying some people in parliament or in cabinet thing, at 10 hours they are dozing, they are gonking. So it means people are dancing night over. And he says this we need to change. So he also told the secretary of cabinet that sir, you should also step out of your office, go to the ministry, ask why this is not happening and the like. We hope that those things can be put in place, and then Zambians should see the benefits, because the president said again that we are only servants. And Zambians are our primary mandate. Everything else is secondary. That is what he said. So we hope that that will be put into action, and we see where we'll move. Having talked about that well enough, maybe let us see, because we've mentioned that people are finding this economy to be very hard, and we have a report from Caritas Zambia, from Mapatizia, where Caritas Zambia has helped about 1,000 people stricken by hunger, giving them something to hope for. Here is it.
The dire situation in Jalamongela ward saw many families struggling to afford the 3 meals a day, leading to a crucial need for assistance. Caritas Zambia, in collaboration with various partners, delivered the essential food supplies, including bags of mini meal, soya blend, and cooking oil to combat the hunger crisis. The impact of this assistance is palpable. Residents express their overwhelming gratitude as they share their stories of survival during the peak of the hunger situation. The smiles on their face tell a story of resilience and hope, showcasing how the support from Caritas Zambia has been a lifeline for many.
no bantu twagalipengede kuzwa musule omu gutaliga inzara niyagataliga twagali gusya mabwe ponya twali guli mbwa mu mabwe guyanda gutegwa tujane gutegwa abana beso batyeni bajane jagulya
ndirirumbidde mane ndiragamba mbawula ndirirumbidde kuti ndambawula masimpe ali munzamo yangu chijatikira jibene amwamireza oli kuchiruta oyo mudara oli rumbiteroko kukavunga akakalitazi nonse ikakatora rubazi kubora kugozya kunokwa chali mange awa ndirabuni bakuti kusika buzuba bwasuna ndirabuni bakuti ayanda bobire botatu ibenzara nebafu
ndari kundi ndari kujana buyo umwe mukusanyira abantu barite eno ndirirumbidde tawe yandubira uboni batarika kutupaja kulyeyi nasambeje nko gute bandibulire bana jaguli bari kusambala zivuga rogesa bona kako wako inchaka garoni mbonyo bona kapongo inchani nsi wainchaka bagateka mapopo tekwa wasani na bana.
The aid has reached 5 villages within the ward, a specific focus on the most vulnerable groups, elderly adults, child-headed households, as well as individuals with different disabilities. This targeted approach aims to alleviate the burden on those who need the help the most. Caritas Monze Director Akim Simuko emphasized the organization's commitment to helping the people of Mapatizia, highlighting the severity of the hunger crisis that prompted their intervention. He noted that women need, making the support even more crucial.
The target, first of all, is 1,000 households, and the package is one bag of 25 kg mealie milk, 5 kg beans, 2 liters cooking oil, 2 kg salt, and 10 kg soya cereals for porridge for children. The whole package, which was going to the 1,000 households, it has helped the community very much. This help was only for 3 months. And you can see around the people are very happy that they received this support. But we are going to urge, and we are urging the community that they should take care of these food stuffs which they have received.
As the community of Chalimongela Ward begins to rebuild and recover, the partnership with Caritas Zambia serves as a beacon of hope. This initiative not only addresses the immediate hunger situation, but also fosters a sense of unity and resilience among the residents. With the continued support and collaboration, the future looks brighter for the families of Mapatizia constituency. Tryford Dabugowa Jr. reporting for Crown TV News in Mapatizia constituency of Zimba district.
Dear viewers, like we said, the GDP we are told is growing, but the hunger situation again on the ground in some communities in Zambia is real. Caritas Zambia, they are coming in to help 1,000 households. Father Akim at the center of the things there for Monze Diocese. Grace, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Sydney.
You
Good
decided
morning.
to watch from the sideline, avoiding to talk about the issue of GDP. Vincent, your comment on what Caritas Zambia is doing on the ground?
Well, it is good, but again it shows that the hunger situation is real. And talking about 1,000 households that are affected, that have been helped by Caritas, meaning that it's not only 1,000 but a lot more. Those are the 1,000 that have been identified and rendered help. But we know, of course, there are a lot that are affected, not only in that area but even in many other areas. That for me, I think it is good that they have been helped, but I think we also need these people to have something that they can be doing, so that they don't just get help, but they are able to help themselves. I mean, if it breakfast and lunch, supper and so on, it should come from their pockets. The best help that they could get, for me, I think, is not really food that they should eat, but the help should be something that will generate income for them, so that they are able to help themselves even beyond that day.
Yeah.
Grace, you've been nodding.
I'm agreeing to what Vincent is saying, actually. I think it's best to teach these people how to be fishers of men. Empower them. Yes, they are in need. The 25 kg meal will not last for even 2 weeks. It will be done in a week plus. And they still need to feed those children. They need to feed those fathers. I think it's best to empower them in different ways, be it business, that those that even have, because I'm sure some people are having hunger issues, but they have certain qualifications, you know. They can empower them with the job, you know, and they'll be able to fend for their family and for themselves. Yeah.
Okay, so just like a vehicle, first you need to put in a liter, maybe 2 liters, and then you take it on the road. Maybe you'll find someone, you give someone a lift, he gives you think water.
Yeah, that's true.
So even them, it starts with food, and then afterwards now other plans can come in. I know Caritas also does a lot of things in their livelihood program. It is in Monze, actually, in the Dalles of Monze, where I saw this livelihood of or income generation activity of new technology on, we can say, on free-range chickens, where the chickens lay the eggs, then they incubate, they hatch. After they hatch, 2 weeks after, then a farmer is trained to take put them aside, start feeding them on their own, let the mother hen be alone, and then in no time again, the mother hen begins to lay. That is another way. And then, you know, village
prefers
prefers. So it is one technology to say that I saw with my own eyes that Caritas Zambia is helping these people to make some monies for them to survive. Yeah, among others actually. Yeah, so that is one. And then that one also, what I learned is that it also helps the rural people to stay away from charcoal burning, cutting trees and the like, because you know the droughts come with lack of trees, cutting down
of trees.
Yeah, so that is just one of them. But as we talk about food security, importance of it, and how hunger comes in without food, we have a story from Lukulu where we hear that locusts have invaded about 30 hectares of land where maize is planted, and then it's eating up this maize very fast. Let us see the video, and then from there we'll pick it up.
Swarm of locusts has invaded Manga Agriculture Camp in Lukulu District, Western Province. The pests have ravaged approximately 30 hectares of maize fields, sparking concerns over food security in the district. In response to the crisis, officials from the District Agriculture Office and the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, have since visited the affected fields to assess the damage and verify reports.
The damage is quite high, but I say about 50%. Yeah, the crops have been eaten, like the one that I have. You can see that this grasshopper, it's even the grain, they can manage to eat everything. You can see that there's really bad attack.
Lukulu District Senior Agricultural Officer Wilson Chabuka has called on farmers to report cases of locusts early for quick intervention.
We have reached almost about 40 farmers that have been affected, and they have reported. And the total hectareage, which is maize crop, almost we are running up to 30 hectares of field. I'm advising farmers to report such incidents as soon as possible, so that we are aware and we move quick to intervene.
Meanwhile, farmers in the district are appealing to the government for urgent assistance to combat the locust infestation.
Okay, so that is what is happening in Lukulu. Like I said earlier, maize field, and those pictures the locusts are doing coming from the drought we had here is that have harvested or invested a lot in terms of their energy, in terms of their monies for inputs. Now they are looking forward to this one harvest, and then the locusts also say, "Oh, we also have
one to show you."
Yeah, Grace.
Okay, so I think it's not the first time that we've seen such a situation where these things attack the field, mostly maize fields, you know. And I think, was it a year ago, or I think it was a year ago, when they were actually spraying them. They actually attacked the maize field when the maize was just growing, and the government brought an initiative of spraying some fields that were attacked, and looking at the point at which these things have actually attacked the field. I think the owners of the field at this particular time, they are waiting, you know, maybe other people got loans to invest. At least I know if I sell this maize, I'll get even 3 times the money that I had credited. But looking at how these I would call them demons, because they're not giving us peace, have attacked the fields. I'm sure others will even run at, they might even have depression, because after investing so much money and then you end up devastating for farmers. I've seen farmers that would even, there's one farmer who actually died from hypertension because he invested so much money. Then with time, these guys, demons actually attacked his field, and it was really bad. You know, he was expecting more than 3,000 bags of maize, only for him to get 100 bags. You know, that kind of drawing back was really bad for him. He couldn't take it. You know, he ended up having a very bad hypertension, and we lost him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is a sad situation that is happening. But again, I think it's also good that the government has quickly come in to mitigate the situation, because look, these are red locusts. When they invade the field, they will invade it quickly. They will finish everything and go to the next one. So I think it's good that quickly the mitigation has started, and we hope that completely they will be eradicated, so that not more people suffer from the same situation.
Yeah, we can only hope that the chemicals they took will be quite enough.
Yeah,
because these swarms of locusts, when they come, sometimes we've heard even before that they come in families.
Yeah.
This group will come first,
the next one,
in the other group.
Yeah.
So I think DMMU needs to be very much near the next field, to ensure that the moment they see one, then they do what is supposed to be done. Otherwise, we'll be rejoicing of the rains, and we may get nothing at the end of the day. And also for Western Province, knowing that when you look at Zambia's economic status, you will see that it is one of the provinces that is actually regarded as one of the poor provinces. So there is actually need to help with the fields there, much more than we can even talk about here or emphasize. Let's move to another story. The new banking notes were out yesterday. People had their own talk. I got on one vehicle, and this man posted in Kwacha. And then Kwacha. And then the excitement, and even other passengers were, so the new banknotes were launched yesterday. The family of new banknotes is in, and the coins also. I don't know what your take is. Who do I start with, Vincent?
Yeah, interesting, Sydney. I think your situation that you are talking about, that's a situation that I witnessed today.
Okay.
He had a banknote, and he was exchanging it with a few coins on top.
Okay.
So yeah, someone was making some business there because he had a few coins. Yeah, entrepreneurship, but yeah, at its best. Yeah, I hope he will not be caught by the law enforcers, because this is not entrepreneurship that is accepted.
The product is not his.
Yeah, the product is not his. He doesn't even have the rights anyway. Yeah, but I think it is good that finally it is in, and it will lessen the amount of money that we are carrying, because we have a 200 kwacha note that is one on its own, and the 500 that is one. So for me, I think that will lessen the money that we carry. And yeah, I was seeing someone who had about 8,000 kwacha, and it was just a few notes like this, because there are 500 kwacha notes. So for me, I think that will help us carrying the money, because at some point I think it was becoming a bit risky carrying money from the bank, and you are going home and so on. It was easy for people to see that he has money or she has money, but now I think it's a bit safer carrying even a larger amount. But that maybe can also become a danger on its own, because now you have a lot of money which is hidden nicely, but if someone gets it, then you lose quite a lot.
Okay, so me, I have a very different view from what you've noticed. Me, I was on a bus. You know, the excitement that we all get when you have something new on you. So there were like 3 individuals that had 200 kwacha notes, you know. And where I come from, when you're on a bus, you will pay 18 kwacha, okay? And there's no negotiation, no conductor, it's just 10 kwacha, you know. So 3 people had 200 kwachas, and they presented it to the bus driver, the bus conductor, and he was like, I'm supposed to give 190 kwacha to this one, 190 kwacha to the other one, 190 kwacha to the other individual, you know. And there are also other people, you know, the old banknotes are still in circulation, but you know, and there were other people who were paying 50 kwachas, and they're expecting a 40 kwacha from him, you know. So he was complaining. He said, this money that has come, you know, it's going to affect us mostly, you know, because just for us to be able to give these people their change and all that, we are going to be finding so many difficulties, because having, you know, even just changing a 50 kwacha, you give someone a 45 nowadays, it's hard. But where someone has to deal with a 200 kwacha, now imagine 5 people in a bus are paying a 500 kwacha note, and the bus conductor only has to get a 10 kwacha from there. These, I think, with the coming in of new banknotes, I think even do we even have the bus organization of Zambia? They should also work hard on the mobile money transactions where buses are concerned, because it will be much easier and more convenient for them, because if I have to pay 10 kwacha, I only have to send that 10 kwacha to his mobile money account, and he won't have to look for change, and it will really be helpful and less time consuming. That's what I think. So I think we should actually be heavy on mobile money transactions as the new banknotes are in, because we have to deal with a more valuable account, note, and then you have to give someone, you know, their change and all that. And come back to keep changing this economy, you know. You're expecting a 190 from someone, and they say, I need a better change, your sister, you know. And yeah.
So the point taken, I think one thing is that yes, the buses the bus drivers has an association.
Yeah.
One thing they should look into, if they haven't actually, they're a little bit late.
Yeah.
Because when these mobile transactions came, mobile money transactions came, it was actually for such purposes. Yeah. But the other thing is just to ask the people also, because whatever excuses we are going to give, these notes have already come.
Yeah.
There's no going back. So the problem with us people is that sometimes tifuna kupesha abantu.
That's it.
Inenizaenda tuone
ngatazachinja.
You see? But that is actually lack of responsibility. When you know you get on a public transport early in the morning, you should also know that your friend, the bus driver, was not working overnight and conductor. They were also sleeping, they were at home. And sometimes these morning trips it can be challenging in terms of transport. So as someone who is serious with what he or she is doing, in the evenings, we need to look for change already. Yeah, because these people, you are saying they had their money, had cash. If you ask them, produce mobile money, they will tell you, you see? So that's why we need to, even on our own, look for change. You know that tomorrow you are starting off in the morning. If the driver tells you we don't have change, what are you going to do? So the responsibility goes both ways. Look into that mobile transaction, but also as we call ourselves what, passengers, we should also look for change before. I've seen people doing like that, even with these odd currencies. People are doing like that, and conductors would actually advise mukazisakirako change kusema.
Now, Sydney, you said no one works overnight. The bus conductor is not able to find change overnight. Now, where am I going to get that change myself? Obviously, even the shopkeepers also have the same challenge.
You know. The shopkeepers in the evenings, it means they've been working from morning up to evening.
Even them, they also have such challenges where they don't have change in the shops. I've actually experienced that. So I think we just need to be heavy on the mobile money. We just need to be hard on that one, because the new banknotes, no matter how much you can say responsibility, but I think
I'm not saying
the mobile money
do away with the mobile money, but there are people, me have seen them before. Achosa ndrama ikuru. Then bazamuza ati nipase ko ya mfoni chabe nitumire ni ya mfoni yosungani use nilibe nilichena ya menei.
But ngandi adina.
That's why I'm saying, when you are going to board, try to look for transport, especially for change, especially the morning trips.
You know,
they delayed me once.
I think
transport.
I think we've always had this kind of problem whenever a bigger note is introduced. But I think with time we get used and it normalizes. So I think this is
to react, They want something like that. I've heard such things.
Yeah.
Even today when I was on a bus, I heard people talking about such things. Nangani nikabwera na 500 kwacha na 500 uzakachinja hiyo.
But that's the beauty that I see with bringing in new things, since we are able to outline the difficulties that we have now, in future we'll be able to avoid them. I think it's really interesting to have new things coming on board and people's minds keep on opening just like that.
Yeah, but maybe as a story, one thing that we can talk about is actually just to caution people. The new notes have come in. Of conmen, people post money and story. You change someone, then someone will give you fake notes, and then you go elsewhere and you tell this one is fake. So people need to look out. We have people in some towns in Lusaka who are very good at that. I don't want to mention the names of these compounds, like where everything happens. So,
it's a country within a country.
Yeah, we don't have the same mind as people. Some people are out there feed from the friends' sweat. Yeah. So people need to look out. Let us, when we have these notes, let us study them. Yesterday, Bank of Zambia was explaining the features that are there and how you can differentiate
counterfeit
from the original. So let's take care of that and ensure that no one's money is stolen. Vincent, Grace, you bear with me. I've been given a sign several times that we are running out of time. Maybe we end here with a mention that the under-17 team yesterday managed to beat Tanzania in the AFCON of that level. The scoreline was 4-1. And then there are many other sports stories, and then people can just scan through social media, go to FAZ Facebook page, and you will be updated. From me, Sydney, and Grace, Vincent, and the entire crew, this is what we had for you today. Join us again on Thursday.